Welcome to Handful Players. My name is Laura and I'm going to teach you how to make animal finger puppets. What do you need? Envelopes from greeting cards, great colors, bills. Look at the interesting patterns. What the cool things you can do with it. Also, manila envelopes and all sorts of junk mail. Then you have grocery store paper bags. The paper is thick and works just as good as construction paper. Then you might want to add some magazine paper. Look at the colors. Look at the patterns. All the cool stuff that you can make, and it's all around your house. You will also need things like pencils or pens or fine line markers to make the fine lines. The markers come in very handy, or it could be crayons too. The ruler is not absolutely necessary, but it's helpful if you can learn how to use it now. And of course, scissors and glue. Either one of those will work, even homemade glue. And we have a recipe for you if you're interested in the description box. Ready? Let's make some puppets! Welcome back. Let's learn how to make the body of all of your puppets. And for that, I went ahead and made myself a template that is 3.5 inches wide and just 3 inches tall. That will help me to make lots and lots of puppets without having to worry about how big I have to cut the paper. So whenever I have a piece of paper, like in this case, all I have to do is just make some marks. And it also allows me to do things like looking for the best pattern on a paper. So here we have it. This is the paper that we cut. And the next step is to use your glue stick. I'm going to use this one. It works any glue. But what we're going to do is just put some glue over there. And then use your glue stick or a thick marker or anything that is thicker than your finger to roll it around. That's the easiest way I've found so far. Once you have that, you just have to squish it, and there's your buddy. All right, the first thing we're going to learn is how to draw and cut hearts. I have 3 methods that I want to offer you to see if you can find the easiest one for you. The first one is to take a piece of paper that it's about the same size of the heart that you want to cut and make some marks. About here, about here, about here. And then put 2 dots in the center. Let me use these so that this is the center. And then you're going to pretend that you have 2 circles, and you're going to go from the top point up, around, and down. One more time. Up, around, and down. That will give you a heart. Remember, up, around, and down. Up, around, and down. That's the first one. You can make 2 different sides of the heart with this method. The next one is to get a piece of paper and draw the same 2 dots. Don't put it on the top. Just go a little bit down because the hearts start around here. And again, you're going to do up, around, and down. when you cut it, you cut half of the heart, but you get a full one. See? Okay. There's another way that you can do this, and it's all, again, folding. And this time I'm going to find any piece of paper that has a right angle like this and fold it on the diagonal. This will be horizontal or vertical, but this is the diagonal. That means that you're going to take one point and the other opposite one, and you're going to put them together. And this one, it's probably the simplest of all, because all you have to do is take one of the points and point it towards your belly, put it there, and then just make a half a circle, a semicircle. It's going to look like an ice cream cone. And with that, you're going to cut it. Again, you're cutting one half of the heart, but you don't have to cut this part. Did you notice that? That's so much cool. Anyway, here's your heart. And so we need two of these to make either the butterfly or the bee. Now the fun begins. Let's make either a bee or a butterfly, because the instructions are pretty much the same for both. All right? So I went ahead and found magazine paper that is yellow for the body of the bee, and I used my template to put it where I want it to be. I'm going to take advantage of these horizontal lines to make the lines of the bee too. Okay, and also I want to show you how to use magazine paper, because there's the thing about magazine paper, and there it is that it's very, very flimsy, and so it doesn't hold the shape so well. So how do we remedy that? We just put another piece of paper, any paper. It could be newspaper, anything that you have lying around, and it can have all kinds of patterns. It doesn't really matter, all right? So we're going to put our one paper over the other, and that's how we reinforce it, all right? So let's make the body one more time. What are we doing? There's a rectangle here. It looks pretty much square, but it is a rectangle. So we're going to find the long side, and we're going to put the glue on the short side, and then use the glue stick to close it up. All right? Because there's an extra white here, I left it on, but if you wanted to cut it, it's all good too. Okay? And so now I'm going to use my black marker, and every time I use markers, I like to put something underneath so my mom doesn't get mad at me for marking the table. See, we have lines over there, and now we're just going to cover them with a black marker. See? So letters on my paper are actually good. Okay. Let's do this one too. Okay. Then I went ahead and cut a heart for the face. This is when this part comes in handy. This is why I like to do it, because sometimes the face is smaller and it looks better if we put it like that. All right? Okay. Then I went and used an envelope to make the wings. Doesn't that look cool? I just love it. Here's your bee coming up. And let's use some more magazine paper to make the antennas. See, this one is perfect because it has both black and white. And so I think I'm going to choose these bees from here. I meant yellow and white. Yellow and black. Oh God. You get discombobulated. And so I have this very, very thin piece of paper that I'm going to cut in half and turn my bee to the other side and just glue them. Okay. I like to cut the paper longer than I need to be so that it has a good place to hold on the back of my puppet. Okay, so what else we need? Oh, we need to make the stinger. Okay, and for that I'm going to use black paper again. And all you have to do is just put glue. I think I'm going to put the glue on the front so that I can open my puppet and put it over here. See? And all we need to do is just add a happy face. And as I said, if you make it with more color, it looks like a butterfly. Isn't that cool? Now we're going to use everything we learned to make a puppy, a kitty, and a bunny. Let's start. I went ahead and cut another body from a piece of junk mail and cut a heart and glue it on top to make the face. Now for the ears, I'm going to show you a trick. I went and cut a piece of magazine paper heart, and then I'm going to cut it in half to make the ears. Check it out. Nice trick, don't you think? Okay, so here we go. What else do we need? How about some paws? And I'm going to show you how to make the paws right away when we do the kitty. But these are the paws and the tail. You just cut it. This is magazine paper too. And we're going to put glue on top so that we can glue it on the back. See? That's our blue puppy. What else do we need? Markers. Let's make the eyes, the nose. I'm going to make it with blue. Blue nose, another heart. This one is very small. Some whisker dots. Oh, and a spot. What about the spot? And then you have your puppy. Isn't that cute? Okay, you can do exactly the same thing to make the kitty. And for these, I'm going to show you what I did. I went and cut a piece of paper that had some color inside already, and then I made my body with it, but before I roll it, I put all kinds of spots on it. So I'm taking advantage of the color that was already there, just like we did on the bee. And then for the face, I have this part that I can cover with markers too and make it into spots for the kitty. You know how some kitties have spots? Let's see if I can use this other one. Alright, and I'm going to draw a face. Woo! Markers are well today. And draw the eyes. The bottom of the whiskers. All cats have to have whiskers, right? And what else? Oh, and a tongue. And the nose. Maybe let's make some yellow eyes. Huh? Maybe some extra spots. Okay. And I went ahead and drew the pieces that I need. So let's cut them. So now that we went ahead and cut them, let's just put it together. I'm going to glue the face. Glue on the front so that I can put the paws. These could be done with liquid glue, no problem. It's just that this looks better on camera. Don't you worry if you don't have it, and it can also work with the homemade glue. There you have it. That's the kitty. And now the same applies to the bunny. The only difference is that the bunny has longer ears, right? And also has teeth. So I went ahead and made the body and made the paws, and I'm going to put some teeth in there with a little piece of white paper. By the way, if you make that into a round shape, a rounded shape, then it looks more like a tongue. So this is how you make a tongue. These teeth are too long, so I'm going to snip it. Okay. And so the tail is actually a circle you can see it over there, that has a little extra so that we can attach it. And I'm going to put some, and that's my tail. And the ears are pretty much like cutting the paws, but just longer and wider. Now you use markers to add details. You can use crayons, you can use a pen. It's all worked nicely. Eyelashes. Why not? Pink nose. Yes, indeed. Whiskers. Yes, all bunnies have whiskers. Then I'm going to use something thinner for the teeth. That works better. And here you have a bunny. Thanks for staying with me so long. I hope you learned a good deal. And I hope you make some more of these creatures and have all kinds of play using them. I do have some more different puppets, but that is for the next video. So I see you there.